Shocking that just a year ago, when Drake's name popped up in XXXTentacion's murder case, it was seen as just a conspiracy theory. Now, according to reports from the authorities, Drake's involvement in the rapper's passing goes far beyond their on-camera beef, as Drizzy is now one of the prime suspects in the case. Should be surprising, but if we're really being honest, it isn't because Drake's name has basically been on crime scene right from when it happened in 2018 and up till now. Coincidence? I think not. Now the authorities have established way more than a simple flow-thieving connection between them, and trust me, what they found out will leave your jaws dropped, so stay tuned. In general, most people know that lyrics in rap songs cannot be used as evidence or a confession in court. However, in the case of XXXTentacion, he seemed to have implicated his future killer in his music even before his death. And who do you think he implicated? It was none other than the Canadian rapper Drake. After the South Florida rapper XXXTentacion was murdered in 2018, the internet was filled with unfounded conspiracy theories involving the popular hip-hop artist Drake. Why, you ask? It's because X had a pretty public clash with the Canadian rapper on social media while he was still alive. Case in point, here's a post he made only months before his passing: "If anyone tries to kill me, it was at Champignepepi," which happens to be Drake's social media handle. But what made things slightly more complicated is that X later revealed that his account was hacked at the time of the post. Now, it's 4 years after the rapper's passing, and 4 individuals have been charged with his murder and robbery that took place outside a motorcycle dealership in Deerfield Beach by the Broward prosecutors. However, there has never been a solid link between Drake or any other rapper in XXXTentacion's death. Despite this, the ongoing online speculation has prompted the defense attorney for one of the defendants, Dedrick Williams, to officially name Drake and several well-known hip-hop personalities as potential witnesses in the case. Williams is facing charges as the alleged getaway driver, and according to court records, he informed investigators that he was with the other defendants, but had no prior knowledge of the planned robbery and murder of the rapper. There has never been any information released that indicates that investigators take the online speculation seriously. However, including Drake, other rappers who are also known for their publicized feuds and are the subject of popular YouTube gossip pages. In the list of potential witnesses could be a defense strategy aimed at planting seeds of doubt in the minds of potential jurors. The trial is scheduled for January 9th. On Thursday, lawyers appeared in the Broward Circuit Court to discuss the witness list among other matters. Prosecutors raised objections to the inclusion of witnesses who are international celebrities in the defense's list, as no addresses or contact information was provided, leaving the state with limited time to depose them before the trial. However, the central issue here is why Drake's name is being linked to this tragic murder. It's important to note that the feud between XXXTentacion and the Canadian rapper dates back several years. XXXTentacion landed his big break in 2017 when his single "Look at Me" gained widespread attention on SoundCloud. In an interview, XXXTentacion stated that Drake was impressed with his music and had promised to contact his manager within a few days, but this promise, as claimed by XXXTentacion, was never fulfilled. However, within the same week, Drake performed a new song, KMT, that many fans of XXXTentacion believed was similar to XXXTentacion's "Look at Me." As a result, XXXTentacion took to Twitter to express his frustration with Drake. Shortly after, he deleted the tweets accusing Drake of foul play, claiming that he had been hacked at the time. Later, the young rapper decided to talk about his beef with Drake in an interview with 50 Mag. "I'm aware of what Drake does as an artist," the rapper said, insinuating that Drake is guilty of using other artists' music. But if Drake is gonna take the flow, and I don't know if he legitimately did, but if that is the situation, at least reach out ... and then if you want to run off with the flow, then run off with the flow. But I'm going through a lot right now, so it would have been nice if before that happened to me, for Drake to have reached out to me personally. By that point, it appeared that the harm had already been done, and XXXTentacion was aware of it. Despite reportedly apologizing for attacking Drake in a post on Instagram, XXXTentacion wrote that if anyone had intentions of killing him, it was Drake. Later on, rumors began to circulate that 2 other rappers, Soldier Kid and Soldier Jojo, might have been involved in XXXTentacion's death. This speculation arose after a popular Instagram user noticed that both Kid and Jojo were present at the crime scene. This theory has gained traction as there is substantial evidence, including a geotag that places them in the vicinity of the shooting, and an Instagram photo that shows them in a car wearing red masks. Despite the allegations, both Soldier Kid and Soldier Jojo have maintained their innocence and stated that they were unfamiliar with XXXTentacion. Nevertheless, there are still many fans who suspect their involvement in the rapper's death and furthermore believe that Drake may have hired the 2 rappers to carry out the murder. Drake, on the other hand, hasn't said anything about X's passing and definitely not about the rumors of his involvement. However, it was revealed that Drake had spoken on the beef about X's song 5 years ago. He said, "I listened and I'm like, okay, I see where people could draw this comparison off of the first 2 lines, whether it be cadence or the rhyme pattern or whatever," he explained. It's crazy that people think that after all this time, after all I've been through, that I'm the type of person to go and take that and make it my own. Now, it just so happens that Drake's name has come up in the case again. Definitely not a coincidence. In a document filed in the Broward Circuit Court and appearing on the docket on Wednesday, the defense included the names of several prominent rappers, including Aubrey Drake Graham, known professionally as Drake, along with 600 Breezy, 6ix9ine, previously known as Tekashi 69, Hassan Ali, who is currently incarcerated in Toronto on unrelated murder charges, Joe Budden, and members of the group Migos, Quavo, Offset, and Takeoff. It is worth noting that Takeoff was tragically killed in a separate incident in Houston, Texas last month. Also included on the witness list were former associates of XXXTentacion, including Tankhead 666, who is currently awaiting trial for an unrelated murder in Miami, and Ski Mask the Slump God, who are all part of the rap collective known as Members Only. Although these rappers have been listed as defense witnesses, they may still be required to testify or provide depositions about their knowledge of any feuds involving XXXTentacion. However, prosecutors or the rappers' attorneys could also ask a judge to exclude them from the case, claiming that there is no evidence linking the entertainers to the crime. José Onfroy, also known as XXXTentacion, was tragically killed on June 18, 2018, after being ambushed outside the Riva Motorsports dealership in Deerfield Beach. Police reports indicate that a dark-colored SUV blocked his BMW and two gunmen got out, robbed the rapper, and fired a fatal series of shots. Dedrick Williams, a resident of Pompano Beach, is accused of being the driver of the SUV. Court documents reveal that Michael Boatwright and Trayvon Newso were the two gunmen involved in the crime. All three individuals are facing charges of first-degree murder and armed robbery and are awaiting trial. As stated in a search warrant, Williams confessed to Broward homicide detectives that he accompanied the other individuals to Riva Motorsports, but claimed to have no prior knowledge of their plan to rob and kill XXXTentacion. While on the interview, Williams didn't give any details about the incident, saying he wanted to tell the truth, but wanted a lawyer with him when he did. Williams said that he was scared of being seen as a snitch if he went to prison, according to the warrant. Social media, on the other hand, seems to be convinced the other assailants that were part of the attack were shooters employed by Drake. A fourth individual, Robert Allen, who was suspected to have participated in the crime and was a co-conspirator, entered a guilty plea in August without any agreement for leniency. He could be sentenced to life imprisonment and is likely to give testimony against the others charged, including the Canadian rapper. Unsurprisingly, these new details have made even more people join the already large conversation going on social media. And for the most part, these people are still hanging on to their beliefs, like this user who wrote, "Not only have I been saying this for years, but Drake showing up in Miami with hundreds of thousands in cash for his God's Plan video only for X to get taken out a short time after never sat right with me. 100% could have paid a guy off under the cover of shooting a scene. You never know, the story just might be the truth, but safe to say we'll find out a lot sooner than we expect." That's it for this video. Goodbye.